Hello, we are on another ghost story adventure. I'm calling this one. Um, when we was looking for stories, we came across Penenden Heath. Now, two stories came to mind which really got our attention because what we didn't know about Penenden Heath was Penenden Heath Green is where they used to do all the executions via hanging. So right in the middle would be the hanging section, and this is where everyone would come. Most of them being witches back then, whether they were proven to be witches or not, they would be brought here and hung. The story that got my attention was near the very end, just before they stopped the whole hanging scenario. 7 witches were brought here together, and they were hung. 3 of them confessed to either psychic abilities, spiritual abilities, and only one of them claimed to have been in touch with the devil. Her name was Anne Ashby, and she was one of the 7 ghosts, witches, sorry. She's one of the 7 witches. Now, it states that when she was being trialed, she burst into tears, and they asked her, she started becoming very frantic, and asked her if she was controlled by the devil, and she said no, but she said she had a spirit tongue. She then apparently produced a piece of skin which she kept in her mouth, which she said was from the devil. So yeah, unfortunately she wrote her own ending on that one. The other ladies was Milfred Wright, Anne Wilson, Mary Reed, Anne Martin, Mary Brown, and Elizabeth Haynes. And with Anne Ashby, all 7 of them were hung here, and they were one of the last witches to be hung here. The other people that we found were hung here, which really got my attention as well, was 2 brothers. They were smugglers, and they were called the Ransley brothers. I keep forgetting the names. The Ransley brothers, one of them being George Ransley. They were part of the Aldington gang, which was a very, very large gang back then, and they controlled basically most of the southeast coast, which included Rye and Reculver, Dover, all places like that. So, but the Ransley brothers inherited their position with the Aldington gang, because the main co-founder of the Aldington gang at the time, the main smuggler, he was captured in a massive gang fight that happened, which involved 250 smugglers. 5 of them died, and over 30 of them were actually injured. But the actual main leader of the Aldington gang, he was caught and he was hung. So the Ransley brothers took over for a little while, and then they themselves were captured over time, mainly because they went from smuggling, they built a house and turned it into a non-licensed brewery or pub, and they kind of, I think they sort of got too big for their boots, really. They got captured and they were brought here, and they were both hung here together as well. So I don't actually know, I couldn't find out exactly like how many people they'd estimated to being hung here, but the fact that we pass this all the time and we had no idea that this place is where crap loads of people were hung. So I had heard many a time that this car park and the woods behind us were haunted. I've heard that for many years, but they weren't the kind of place that you come and hung out at night time to see if there's any ghosts, because it's a lot of dogging. But yeah, there you go, something we didn't know about Penenden Heath. Especially the green. But yeah, there you go, voila.